So like the style of my artwork, technicality-wise, is I guess you could call it mixed media, because a lot of it is you know, like when I'm actually taking the photos, a lot of it is using special effects makeup. So, you know, if you're counting that as an art form, which I would, but if you're counting that as an art form, I'm using a lot of special effects makeup and a lot of like props and stuff to set up the photo. And then taking the photo, of course, is its own art form, and then kind of going in with it graphically, editing it in Photoshop, using a lot of like different Photoshop techniques, really. It's really just that I love Chicago, and I've seen like a lot of my friends affected by the violence in Chicago. Most of it's in, you know, South Side and West Side, but I try to choose locations that look more urban to, you know, to kind of like persuade the viewer to think that it is in a much more dangerous area. And then using a lot of the makeup and stuff, I'm trying to kind of get people out of the bubble of rich suburbia and kind of realize like what's actually going on in the world. But now it seems a lot more senseless, and there's not necessarily one person that would be targeted over another person. So seeing like innocent people dying, that's kind of what really pushed me over. This one, because I didn't take this picture. This is one that came from the Chicago Tribune that I just edited, but it's a dead guy. He got shot, and that's the picture of his body in the crime scene. And I added like a bunch of light rays and stuff, kind of to make the effect of, or kind of like decriminalizing him. I think a lot of people generally look at the picture and think like, oh, he probably, you know, was robbing somebody, or, you know, he was a gangbanger too, you know, but that's not all of them. Who do I hope to reach with my artwork? You know, anyone in Chicago, anyone in the US, anyone in any kind of first world countries, you know, anybody that can do something to change what's happening, or just anybody that doesn't really know what's happening. Just kind of get the word out there that Chicago's still pretty bad. Hoping to use a lot of my research that I've done for the project and use, I mean, maybe I'll use some of the artwork, but I don't really know. But maybe use some of the artwork to get funding and stuff, because I am hoping to, and working on bringing occupational training to Southside to try to combat violence for the youth, really. So, you know, taking kids off the streets after school, taking kids, you know, giving them a little bit of a hope for their future, providing occupational training and apprenticeships and, you know, jobs other than minimum wage fast food jobs. You know, giving them something else to do. That's kind of where I hope to go with all of this.